Pride weekend's coming up next weekend. What are you doing for Pride weekend? You have some special roles, don't you, with the Team Pride? Are you gonna be around next? You're gonna be around next
Well,
weekend,
of
right?
course,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm spearheading
Yeah.
the Teen Pride event. I've gathered up some local entertainment, and I become a local girl when I'm at home.
Right.
And I've gotten together to put on a show for our teens.
I think the ability to be able to do that, but also have the resources for a lot of teens that just being a teenager in general is hard, let alone being somebody that is, has come out or is thinking about coming out or wants or scared to come out. To have someone like you in that community is there. Do you have a lot of interaction with the teens that are involved?
Yes, I do. And like last year, I felt so bad because I was filming and I wasn't able to come, but my face was still on the flyer.
Good for you.
So my whole goal this year is to not only host the show, but to be out there with them. I mean, we didn't have this when we were growing up.
Right.
We really didn't, and there really was no avenues for us to receive any kind of help, any type of mentorship or anything. So I'm like, I've been there, but I was just fortunate enough to have a gay family that treated me as their own and to guide me along the way. Because I was hard headed, and we all were.
Yeah.
But they kept me on the right path, and I owe it to them to just be present.
I have friends and family who have gone through coming out as a teenager and experienced a lot of trauma, like in terms of bullying, and I'm like shocked by some of the stories they share. Like they'll literally just be walking in a grocery store and someone will throw something at them. Can you talk to me a little bit about like you personally going through some of those experiences or those mentorship that people have come to you on and going, I've experienced this and this is the kind of advice that I've given in those situations?
Well, I have my own one-woman cabaret show called The Gospel According to Kennedy Davenport.
Hey.
And I talk about, that's the first thing I talk about because I experienced bullying
Yeah.
as a child in elementary school, and we all go through it. And I'm already dealing with my own personal I don't want to call them demons, but my own beliefs as well as my emotions and what I'm feeling. So
okay.
I'm already depressed and not even wanting to exist on top of experiencing bullying within my
The outside
family
sources, yeah.
and other children.
When you talked about demons inside, did you feel guilty for being gay?
I did,
Okay.
and it was something that I did not want.
Okay.
As
You
a
tried
child.
fighting it.
Yeah,
That's what you mean by that. Yeah.
I did. And
Wow. Okay.
after you cry yourself I remember crying myself to sleep so many nights and praying and
How old were you at this point?
I'll be 38.
No, how old were you when you were crying yourself to sleep? You're like, I still do it. But how old were you then when you were crying?
Sometime.
We all cry ourselves.
Okay, well, we got a bill due or something, honey. Don't want to pay it.
How old were you back then?
It was like second, third grade,
Wow.
fourth grade,
Wow.
fifth grade, sixth grade. It started to change for me.
Yeah.
I really didn't come out, but I just did. After
So for years you were crying, knowing this, fighting this instinct in your head, fighting
Yeah.
this instinct.
yeah, and I attempted suicide. At
What
I was
age?
about 13.
13 years
Probably a
old.
little younger, and I was I was admitted into Timberline. I think it's
So the mental health facility, sure.
for about 2 weeks. But
Okay.
after that, just being able to be in there with other children who had problems seemed a lot deeper than mine, it just helped me to have a little bit more courage, a little bit more strength for myself to be able to stand up for myself. I was weak, I was always crying, and I just didn't understand why people were treating me differently.
Ugh,
And
breaks my heart.
yeah, and it was hard
I was just talking.
because nobody ever really had an answer.
Yeah.
Like, why are they talking about me? Why am I being picked on? And all and my family, my father, raised us up in the church, and it was like, don't worry about it, go tell a teacher,
It's easy to
that
say,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, all of that stuff, and tell my grandmother, don't worry about it, just pray for them, and all of that kind of stuff. And all of that stuff does not, it works eventually, I can say, but at that moment you need something a little stronger. You need allies. You need
Support,
people, a support team to help you through these emotions and things that you are going through. That's why, I make it a point, and I teamed up with Real Life Connection to not only, because I don't know everything, but to find the resources that certifies me to be able to help them along with my experience.
Well, I love that name, like Real Life Connection, because like what shame is what disconnects you to the outside world. You feel guilty, so you feel like you disconnected, so you feel isolated. And shame is one of the most powerful emotions you can possibly feel. And so your real life connection is what connects you to the things that make you feel outside. You realize those are the things that actually connect you to other human beings are going through those same things.
Right.
And the thing that washes away shame is vulnerability and being able to connect with people. So that's exactly what I think Pride Weekend does. It's exactly what Real Life Connection does. Is it allows for people to be truly vulnerable, to get rid of this shame. But shame is okay to feel, but connect you to other people and realize other people are going through the same struggle you were going through, and that's what helped you. Took suicide to get you into a mental health facility that connect you to other people who are going through the same thing.
Correct.
What a powerful story.
Yeah, and still having bumping heads with my father, because he was a single father, and still bumping heads with him, but that's only because I was in denial.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
You said
I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but at the same time,
you didn't want to disobey your father.
I just still want to be out.
Right.
I still wasn't out. I still wasn't accepting the fact that, okay, this word that these people calling me, that's who I really am.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what gay was. I didn't know what fag was.
Yeah.
And, and I'm like,
Well, you're talking about being, in second, third grade. I was thinking about my son's 8 years old now, and he asks some funny questions about his body sometimes, just being an 8-year-old. But to know something inside of you, you're feeling certain things. Like, man, to be able to process that at such a young age is exactly. I mean, it's mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
And what you were going through, I can never understand.
Yeah. I mean, and on top of that, I had big responsibilities because my sister is special needs.
Okay.
And so because my dad was a single father,
He's working on.
I had to step up and do adult things. So I had to grow up very fast, along with dealing with myself, and I had like a little singing career and stuff, and trying to maintain all of that was really hard on me.
It's a lot on your shoulders.
You mentioned that like another family took you in like your own. Like, what's your relationship with like your dad like now? I don't know if that's public now. Or what's your
I
dad's
lost my dad in 2013.
Okay.
Sorry to hear that.
But before he passed away, we had a great relationship.
How because I think a lot of people go through that. So how were you able to get to that point where a single dad doesn't misunderstood, but then all of a sudden you're able to have them understand? I think a lot of kids go through that.
Yeah, well, I came out in my junior year in high school, and it was after I graduated that we really started to mend things, and our relationship really changed when I overdosed. I was heavily into drugs and depressed. Through a relationship, it caused me to go down that road. But after I almost lost my life, our relationship kind of, started to turn.
You guys realized how the value of life all of a sudden got changed, right?
Oh, yeah. And then our relationship got better through our belief system.
Yeah.
And then, he just started to love what I do. And because I've been doing drag since I was in, a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
So I've been doing it a while.
I think it's a really cool
story. So that's
story.
how our relationship just started to build and build.
What do you mean about your belief system? You said like because of our belief system was the same. What does that mean?
Still, I never lost my faith in God. I never lost my relationship with God. And after I because it was divine intervention that got me out of the situation that I was in, because I knew that I was going to die. I knew I had too much that night, and it was a moment with me and God that brought me out of the situation. And after that, I stopped doing drag, and I was like, let me just focus on this person, this spiritual being that helped me.
Yeah.
And so I was able to develop a relationship with Jesus Christ. And from there, that's how me and my dad kind of bonded as well.
I love that. That's cool.
I think it's a message I hope you share with all the kids too, because it shows that you, no matter how hard it gets, it got as hard as it can get for you to the brink of death. It can still get better. It can still be okay.
Yeah, and that's of course that is my message as Kennedy Davenport, and that's where my song originated from, Moving Up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about overcoming everything that life throws at you. Whatever it is, anything is possible. And it's so cliche to say, but it is true.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be in the main mind frame of being successful, and no matter what it is, and it don't even have to be monetary or making a lot of money to be successful. You can be successful by overcoming life, whatever life is thrown at you.
And I love the fact that, like, I think one of the ultimate conflicts, I think, in those types of situations is this battle of religion versus homosexuality. Like, they go hand in hand.
Yes.
Like, you can't believe in God and Jesus Christ and be gay at the same time, or like that's not the case at all. And it's like,
it's not.
And it's crazy to think that all of a sudden God, which is supposed to preach love and acceptance, all of a sudden is this excuse for hate.
Right. Well, that's the confusion.
Yeah.
That's the confusion with spirituality and religion.
Yes, there's a big difference between spirituality and religion. Yeah, huge.
And
I always define myself as a very spiritual person. I go to a Catholic church every single week, but there's certain religious things that the Catholic Church does where I kind of like, I believe in God. This is where my house of worship is, but there's a huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about your relationship, your personal relationship that you develop with him. That's prayer, that's reading the Bible, and that's loving his people too.
It's cool.
It's all it all comes together as one.
I think a lot of people struggle with where do they draw that line, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it took me, because when I finally made up my mind to say, okay, I know what this is now, and I've made up my mind to live this lifestyle, but God, I can't leave you out of this.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
I cannot walk this journey without. Please just be with me as I choose to, live this lifestyle that I'm feeling, because this is the only way that I feel that this is the only thing that's making me happy right now. And, and it was still a hard decision to make, but the things that I were doing, I just hated. I didn't like feeling guilty.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you found that path, because I think it's important, not only because of you finding that path, but the people you're affecting after you. I think it's amazing in that you've linked up with Team Pride and everybody and the organizations you have. You're giving the support to others that you didn't feel like you had. So we applaud you for that. I think it's amazing. I think it's incredible. And I don't know what was more of my favorite, this conversation or your Little Richard impressions. I don't know.
Shut up.
I like them both.
Yes. It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning. And because I've really, really been busy. Kennedy has been really, really busy. But, as she slows down,
she's a star.
I can start, really focusing on what I really want to do, things that's going to last, longevity. Because I'm not going to be able to be kicking like
Kennedy's kicking.
I have a pinched nerve right now, So I'm really working on, and I appreciate Amanda for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to, take my time with this process.
Yeah.
And so I can learn as well as teach.
That's awesome. Cool. What else do we need to know about next weekend?
Well, Team Pride, I have to look at my paper.
That's okay, yeah.
No, it's Team Pride. It's going to be Saturday at Rivershine Park, 3505 Maple Avenue, and it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun, yeah.
That's during the festival, and then the Pride Parade is on Sunday.
Yeah, and we'll be on the float and stuff, and I'll be looking cute.
Super cute.
You better not get that part.
Yeah, only if you make us look cute.
Yeah.
Can you help us? Can you help these mugs? Can anything help these mugs?
Y'all handsome enough, honey. Just be on my right and left. You good.
Thank you so much, Kenny Davenport, for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank you.